Every game begins the same way.
Birds, the news is hot, and it has just landed in Baltimore. One of our top prospects, a promise everyone has been waiting for, has finally been called up. But hold on. Before I reveal all the details, I ask you, do you want to be one of the first to understand what this move means for our championship run? Then click the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Get the news before anyone else and join the conversation that will define the franchise's future. The time is now for the Birdland fanatics, for every person who lives and breathes the tradition of the O during the national anthem. I ask you from the bottom of my heart, subscribe to the channel now to receive the fastest and most in-depth analysis of the Orioles. Here, you will get a unique and truthful perspective from someone who lives and breathes the team's daily life. My sources are internal, my analyses are objective, and my commitment is to the truth. Stay tuned because the future has arrived, and he is wearing number 29. Hello, Birdland! It's with an excitement I can barely contain that I address you today. The news everyone was waiting for has finally come true. Samuel Basallo is in Baltimore. Our franchise's top prospect, and one of the top 10 in all of baseball, has been officially promoted to the big league roster. This isn't just a roster move. It's a clear signal, a statement of intent from the front office that the future we were promised is materializing right now. Basallo, a 21-year-old catcher who can also play first base, arrives with a bat that's pure electricity. His numbers at AAA Norfolk are simply absurd. In 76 games, he accumulated 23 home runs and an OPS of 0.966. This projects to a pace of nearly 50 home runs in a full season, a feat that if translated to the MLB would put him in the conversation for the best hitters in baseball. The front office and coaching staff, especially our interim manager Tony Mansolino, chose to be cautious with the promotion, allowing Basallo to fully develop in Norfolk without the pressure of a playoff race. But with the team out of contention, the scenario is perfect. Basallo has nothing left to prove in the minors. He is ready for the main stage, and the opportunity to see what he can do against elite opponents is something the O's fan base has been craving for months. The timing of this promotion is also crucial. By bringing him up now, the Orioles not only give him a chance to acclimate, but also secure his rookie eligibility for 2026, opening the door for him to compete for the American League Rookie of the Year award, and potentially for an additional draft pick for the team, an incentive provided by the new collective bargaining agreement. The decision to promote Basallo, however, raises an inevitable question. What does this mean for Adley Rutschman in the long term? Adley is the face of our franchise, an unquestioned leader, and one of the most complete catchers in baseball. Having Basallo, another elite catcher, on the same roster creates an intriguing scenario. The answer, at least in the short term, seems to be versatility. Basallo can play first base and be a designated hitter, positions he has already frequently occupied in the minors. His presence in the lineup adds a new dimension of depth and power, especially with the departure of Ryan O'Hearn, who was traded at the deadline. The bet is that Basallo's bat is so good that he needs to be in the lineup daily, regardless of his defensive position. And with the announcement of his debut as the designated hitter and sixth batter, this strategy is confirmed. Basallo's arrival joins that of Dylan Beavers, who made his debut the day before. Beavers, the organization's third-ranked prospect, is also an elite player with the potential to be one of the best in the league. Having these two talents who belong to our system arrive at the main team on consecutive days reinforces the belief that the front office's new philosophy is on the right track. The strategy of talent development and betting on youth are bearing fruit, and the future of the O's, which seemed like a distant dream, is now a tangible reality. The call-up of Samuel Basallo and the arrival of Dylan Beavers bring an injection of energy and anticipation to a team that, let's face it, has struggled to find its rhythm this season. With a record of 56 wins and 67 losses, the Orioles are out of the playoff race, and the second half of the season has become, in a way, a laboratory for the future. The decision to promote the two top prospects is proof that the front office is thinking ahead. Instead of simply throwing in the towel, they are giving the young guys the opportunity to prove their worth and, more importantly, to adapt to the pace of the major leagues. The presence of Basallo and Beavers in the lineup, along with established names like Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, and Colton Cowser, creates a young and talented core that can become the backbone of a future championship team. Basallo's debut as a designated hitter and sixth batter against the Houston Astros shows the confidence the coaching staff has in his bat. He will be immediately placed in a position to make an impact, with the expectation that he will produce from day one. His ability to hit from the left side of the plate is a bonus, adding an element of diversity to our lineup, which at times has proven to be a bit predictable. The impact of Basallo's arrival is not limited to the offense alone. His presence on the roster, even if initially as a DH and first baseman, requires intelligent roster management and raises questions about the future of other players. The decision to option Daniel Johnson and Ryan Noda to AAA Norfolk, for example, shows that the front office is prioritizing young prospects. The reinstatement of Colton Cowser from the 7-day injured list is also an important factor. Cowser, who was having a decent season before the injury, returns to strengthen the outfield alongside Beavers. This creates healthy competition for positions, raising the level of expectation for everyone. The injury to Zach Eflin and his subsequent lumbar surgery, which placed him on the 60-day injured list, also opens up a spot on the 40-man roster, facilitating Basallo's move. Eflin's situation is unfortunate, as he has been a solid pitcher for us. But his injury and impending free agency this winter create a new void in our pitching staff, one that will need to be addressed in the offseason. However, for now, the focus is on Basallo. His arrival is a response to a problem the O's have been facing lately: a lack of consistent power at the plate. With Basallo, that deficiency may finally be filled. Let's dive deeper into the analysis of Samuel Basallo. As I mentioned, his slash line of .217, .377, .589 at AAA Norfolk is phenomenal, especially for a player so young. The combination of his ability to get on base, .377 OBP with impressive home run power, .589 slugging, makes him a constant threat in the lineup. The fact that he's a left-handed hitter is also a valuable asset, considering that many of our main hitters, like Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson, are right-handed. His ability to play first base, in addition to his natural position as catcher, is a flexibility that the coaching staff will certainly appreciate. Although his defense behind the plate is still considered a work in progress in terms of blocking and receiving, his throwing arm is powerful and capable of neutralizing base runners. This defensive duality allows him to be inserted into the lineup almost daily, whether as a DH, first baseman, or in rotation with Adley as a catcher. The coexistence of Basallo and Rutschman, instead of being a problem, could become one of the team's greatest strengths. The possibility of having two all-star catchers who are also capable of playing other positions is something few franchises in the MLB can boast about. The Orioles management, with Basallo's promotion, demonstrates a mindset of abundance, believing that having an excess of elite talent is never a problem. However, Basallo's journey will not be without challenges. MLB baseball is a league of adjustments, and opposing pitchers will quickly find the weaknesses in his game. The transition from a home run per game pace to the big league level, where every pitcher has a detailed game plan and a full arsenal of pitches, will be the true test of his maturity and skill. The rest of the season will be crucial for him to familiarize himself with the routine and the level of competition. And with the expectation that he will compete for the Rookie of the Year award in 2026, every at-bat, every play will be watched with a magnifying glass. The pressure on him and on the team as a whole will only increase. The promotion of Basallo, combined with that of Beavers, reinforces the idea that the Orioles' rebuild is no longer a phase, but an operational philosophy. The bet is that homegrown talent developed with patience and method is the key to long-term sustainability and success. The front office seems to have learned from past mistakes and is now reaping the rewards of a talent development system. That is, without a doubt, one of the best in baseball. Basallo's arrival is the culmination of this process. The moment when the promise becomes reality. And for us, the fans, the opportunity to witness the birth of a new star is a privilege. Hope, which for so long was a rare commodity in Birdland, is now abundant, fueled by the young talent that is finally getting its chance to shine. In short, Samuel Basallo's call-up to the Major League is the most significant event for the Baltimore Orioles in the second half of this season. He represents the culmination of a talent development system that has been hailed as one of the best in baseball. The arrival of Basallo, an elite hitter, adds a new dimension of power to our lineup and fills a void the team felt after the trade of Ryan O'Hearn. His defensive versatility, whether as a catcher, first baseman, or designated hitter, gives manager Tony Mansolino valuable options to build the ideal lineup for each game. The decision to promote Basallo now, despite the team being out of contention, is a smart move, allowing him to acclimate and securing his rookie eligibility for 2026. The arrival of Basallo, along with that of Dylan Beavers, creates an exciting scenario for the future of the O's, with a young and talented core that can become the foundation of a championship team. The front office, by bringing these talents to the main team, demonstrates confidence in its philosophy of building the team from within. Now, I want to hear from you, the best fan base in baseball. What do you think of the decision to bring Basallo up to the big league team now? How do you envision the coaching staff managing his and Adley Rutschman's playing time? And what would be the best strategy for the rest of the season and for the next trade window, considering the team's needs, especially in the pitching staff? Leave your opinions in the comments. Like the video, comment with your thoughts, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to continue following exclusive analyses and daily updates on the birds. And remember always,